I mean, Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. Your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the
Welcome back to All Star, and thank you for joining us. Let's dive right into the morning. It all started like any other, coffee in hand, scrolling through the latest headlines. But then something stopped me in my tracks. The name, Sunny Htin, appeared, but not for her usual fiery commentary on The View. No, this time it was about her husband, Dr. Emanuel Manny Hostin. And let's just say, the headlines were far from flattering. Dr. Hostin, a renowned orthopedic surgeon and the head of Hosten Orthopedics, was at the center of the storm.
I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
In the world of sports medicine, Dr. Emanuel Manny Hostin, a well-known orthopedic surgeon and head of Hosten Orthopedics, has found himself at the heart of a massive legal storm. The allegations? Insurance fraud, illegal kickbacks, and, wait for it, a massive RICO lawsuit naming him alongside 180 other defendants. This isn't just a court case, it's a full-blown ensemble of scandal and drama. But before we dive into the details, stay tuned, because this legal showdown promises more twists and turns than a Hollywood thriller. Let's break it down. The RICO Act, short for the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, was originally designed to target organized crime syndicates, think mobsters, gangsters, and crime families. But this time, the ones facing the heat aren't criminals lurking in the shadows. They're doctors, surgeons, and entire medical practices. Forget Goodfellas. This legal saga feels more like Grey's Anatomy, with a side of fraud. According to the lawsuit, Dr. Hostin and his associates are accused of running a scheme to exploit the healthcare system. The accusations claim they accepted kickbacks for performing unnecessary surgeries and even billed insurance companies for procedures that may have never happened. Picture this. Patients wheeled into operating rooms, insurance companies footing the bill, while behind the scenes, cash changes hands like a high-stakes poker game. The lawsuit suggests that Dr. Hostin allegedly took incentives to recommend arthroscopic procedures, minimally invasive surgeries using a tiny camera to look inside joints. On the surface, these procedures seem perfectly legitimate, but the lawsuit claims some of them might not have been medically necessary at all. That begs the question: were these patients truly in need of knee or shoulder surgeries, or was someone simply chasing a paycheck? If these allegations are true, this scandal could rival any soap opera. Imagine the betrayal, patients trusting their doctors, only to find out they were merely pawns in a financial scheme. It's the kind of deception that doesn't just break trust. It leaves deep scars, both physically and emotionally. On the other side of this legal battle is American Transit Insurance Company, ATIC, the plaintiff, claiming it was defrauded out of millions. They accused Dr. Hostin and others of billing for surgeries that either didn't happen or were unnecessary, like paying for a steak dinner and getting tofu instead. But let's not forget, insurance companies don't exactly have spotless reputations either. ATIC, like many insurers, has faced accusations of underpaying doctors, denying claims, and using every trick in the book to avoid paying out. So, the real question is ATIC genuinely trying to expose a massive healthcare scam, or is this just a desperate attempt by a struggling company to shift the blame? Dr. Hostin's attorney, Daniel White, didn't hold back. He called the lawsuit meritless, slamming it as a blatant move by Attic to recover financial losses. His defense? That this entire case is a last-ditch effort by a company teetering on the brink of financial ruin. And just like that, the focus shifted. The doctor accused of fraud is now being framed as the real victim. It's a classic courtroom strategy, and the stakes couldn't be higher. When you're under attack, the best defense is often a strong offense, and this scandal shows no signs of cooling down. But wait, there's more. Media critics wasted no time tearing into The View, accusing Sunny Hostin of hypocrisy. For years, she's publicly condemned people accused of the very crimes her husband is now facing in court. Yet, while Dr. Hostin fights to clear his name, Sunny has remained eerily silent. For someone known for tackling tough issues head-on, her sudden quietness has raised eyebrows. Is she distancing herself from the controversy, or simply waiting for her legal team to craft the perfect response? Speculation is rampant, with some thinking she's staying silent to protect her image, while others believe she's avoiding, becoming a target herself. Whatever the reason, her silence speaks volumes. Here's the real bombshell. Dr. Hostin is just one of 180 defendants in this lawsuit. We're talking about more than just one doctor. This case includes surgeons, medical practices, and even entire hospitals. If these allegations hold true, this could be one of the largest medical fraud scandals in history. An entire network of corruption, exploiting loopholes in the healthcare system to rake in millions. And who pays the price? Patients and insurance. Companies. It's like a heist movie, but instead of robbing banks, the targets are insurance premiums, and the masterminds are wearing white coats. But beyond the lawsuits and finger-pointing, this case forces us to confront a much bigger issue. How much trust can we place in our healthcare system when money seems to come before patient care? When doctors and insurance companies prioritize profit over